Compsognathus Greek Compsos elegant, refined, or dainty, and gnathos jaw is a genus of small, bipedal, carnivorous theropod dinosaur. Members of its single species Compsognathus longipes could grow to around the size of a turkey. They lived about 150 million years ago, during the Tithonian age of the late Jurassic period, in what is now Europe. Paleontologists have found two well-preserved fossils, one in Germany in the 1850s and the second in France more than a century later. Today, C. longipes is the only recognized species, although the larger specimen discovered in France in the 1970s was once thought to belong to a separate species and named C. corallestris. For decades, Compsognathus was known as the smallest known non-avian dinosaur, although some dinosaurs discovered later, such as Mehicala and Microraptor, were even smaller. The German specimen was estimated to be 70 to 75 centimeters, 28 to 30 in, and 89 centimeters, 35 inches, in length by separate authors, while the larger French specimen was estimated at 1.25 m, 4 feet 1 in, 3, and 1.4 m, 4 feet 7 in, 16, in length. The height at the hip has been estimated at 20 centimeters, 7.9 in, for the German specimen and at 29 centimeters, 11 in, for the French specimen. The German specimen was estimated to have weighed 0.32 kilograms, 0.71 pounds, and 0.58 kilograms, 1.3 pounds, and the French specimen 2.5 kilograms, 5.5 pounds, and 3.5 kilograms, 7.7 pounds. Compared to other Compsognathids, the larger French specimen would have been similar in size to larger Sinosauropteryx specimens, but smaller than Huaxiagnathus and Marischia. Compsognathus were small, bipedal animals with long hind legs and longer tails, which they used for balance during locomotion. The forelimbs were smaller than the hind limbs. The hand bore two large, clawed digits and a third, smaller digit that may have been non-functional. Their delicate skulls were narrow and long, with tapered snouts. The skull had 5 pairs of fenestrae, skull openings, the largest of which was for the orbit, eye socket, with the eyes being larger in proportion to the rest of the skull. The lower jaw was slender and had no mandibular fenestra, a hole in the side of the lower jawbone commonly seen in archosaurs. The teeth were small and pointed, suited for its diet of small vertebrates and possibly other small animals, such as insects. The German specimen had 3 teeth in each premaxilla, front bone of the lower jaw, 15 or 16 teeth in each maxilla, and 18 teeth in the lower jaw. The French specimen had more teeth, including 4 in each premaxilla, 17 or 18 in the maxilla, and at least 21 teeth in the dentary. Compsognathids were unique among theropods in having tooth crowns that curved backwards at 2/3 of their height, while their mid parts were straight. Also, the crowns had expanded bases. In Compsognathus, the frontmost teeth of the upper and lower jaws were unserrated, while those further back had fine serrations on their rear edges. In the German specimen, the crowns were around 2 times higher than wide in the front of the jaws but diminished in height further back, with the last tooth about as high as wide. The German specimen also shows a diastema, tooth gap, behind the first 3 teeth of the premaxilla. As such a gap was not present in the French specimen, Payer suggested that additional teeth were possibly present in this region. The German specimen. The number of digits on the hand of Compsognathus has been a source of debate. For much of its history, Compsognathus was typically depicted with 3 digits, as is typical for theropods. However, the type specimen only preserved phalanges from the first 2 digits, leading to the suggestion that Compsognathus bore only 2 functional digits, with the third metacarpal being extremely slender and reduced. Study of the French specimen indicated that the third digit bore at least 1 or 2 small phalanges. However, there remains no evidence for an ungual phalanx on the third digit, so the digit may have been reduced and non-functional.